We're at the PDAC conference in Toronto, the 2025 PDAC conference, and today I want to shine the spotlight on Namib Minerals. This is a company with copper exploration projects in the DRC, and there's established gold mines in Zimbabwe. I want to introduce the company's CEO, Ibrahima Tall. Ibrahima, thanks very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, look, I think let's get straight into it. I'm very interested in your assets down in Bulawayo, for example. Let's start there. Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Okay, we have a mine in Bulawayo, which is How Mine, our flagship. That asset, as you may have heard about it, is one of the most prolific in Zimbabwe. It's been producing around 1.8 million ounces over the years. We are producing there, and then outside of How Mine in Zimbabwe, we also have mines in Red Wing and Mazoe, which are other mines which we used to be producing, and which bolts, around 2.5 and 1.2 million ounces. So these are great assets, and we are very happy to restart those two ones in addition to the one which is producing, which is How Mine.
Yeah, those ounces sound quite impressive when you read about them that's going off there. Are there any plans to further develop those sites?
Yes, actually we are right now working on raising capital to expand the previous asset which was there. But yes, and also we are doing the feasibility studies to bring them to a higher capacity. These assets used to be producing. They are under care and maintenance, but the goal is to reopen them at a very higher capacity than what they used to be.
Challenges in Zimbabwe, I mean, do you find that it's still easy to work in Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe is a jurisdiction which is not really, when I compare to what I've been seeing in other jurisdictions in Africa, it's not more challenging than most of these other jurisdictions. You have, the fact that you need to sell your gold to Fidelity. But outside of that, this is a jurisdiction which has a lot of advantages in terms of providing infrastructure. You have some of the best infrastructures for mines in Zimbabwe. You have also electricity. You have dedicated electricity for all these mines. You are connected to the grid, which is very different from what we used to have in West Africa. So yes, in that regard, I will say that, for me, Zimbabwe is a jurisdiction which is open and good for that kind of business.
The important thing is that infrastructure is there. That's what you need for people.
Oh yes, infrastructure is a huge benefit or asset in terms of when we are talking about jurisdiction in Zimbabwe and mining.
Let's talk about the Democratic Republic of Congo. I see you hold interest in 13 battery metal exploration permits in the DRC. What are the plans there?
We expect to produce copper and cobalt from DRC. Of course, for us, DRC is a huge play, and we see ourselves growing and becoming a major player in that space. So the plan is right now we have some assets which are under exploration. We will keep doing exploration, convert some of these, and convert into resources. Maybe by the end of this year, we expect to have some which will already be having resources, and then to use what we'll be doing from the Zimbabwe, to use those cash flows we expect to be very high, to be able to fund and develop the DRC. So yes, DRC for us is a very important, a major shift, and we intend to be more present and more important in the copper and the cobalt in the future.
And it's interesting you're mentioning that, because you are generating that cash in the mines in Zimbabwe.
Absolutely, we are cash generators, and we intend to generate way more cash when we reopen these mines. As you know, gold is very high right now. These assets have very good potential in terms of expanding. We'll expand them, and we'll be at a level of cash flow which will be able to, to fund all our exploration program and everything from the DRC.
I want to round up by asking you, what are some of those catalysts that you think investors should keep their eye out for in 2025?
In 2025, we are, in terms of catalysts, we expect to expand a little bit for How Mine. That's our first goal. We expect to start doing our feasibility studies in Mazoe and Red Wing, and be able to have that coming into play for the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years. And then in the DRC, we also expect to be doing exploration, which in fact we expect by the end of the year to be able to declare some resources in some of these assets, and that really is a huge goal for us.
Well, look, we look forward to seeing what comes out of that. Thanks very much indeed, Ibrahima Tall, the CEO from Namib Minerals. Thanks indeed for your time.